Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to a new TEW2020 video. Join us with Impact Wrestling as we are going to have our Against All Odds pay-per-view, the final pay-per-view of course, before we head to Bound for Glory, of course the equivalent of WrestleMania for Impact Wrestling. We're on Dish Mexico, we're on Fight, we're on Impact Plus, we're on Premier Sports. We're probably 2 months away from getting better coverage in terms of both size and places that will actually speak to us. So it's up to us to put ourselves in the best position possible when that happens. So hopefully tonight's show is one of those shows that helps us on the way to doing that. So without further ado, thanks as always for watching. Let's nail this pay-per-view. Let's do it against all odds. So we are in the Wells Fargo Arena in Dothan, or Dothan, however you pronounce that. As always, I have my hype package of the two members of the main event, which of course is the Impact World Champion Ace Austin and the number one contender Matt Cardona, looking to reclaim his championship. This segment draws a 66. Ace Austin says, "I don't even know why this match is happening. The level I am at is a level that Matt Cardona will never reach it, and I've still got so many levels to go. So if I even step it up a gear, he might be always ready, but he won't be ready for this." Matt Cardona just says he'd worked hard all his life. He'd been basically told he had no chance from other companies. He's finally made it to World Championship level. He's been a champion. He's had that taste of success, and he's ready to get that championship back. So a 66 segment there to start the show. Then we have Chris Sabin cutting a backstage promo before we start, and he just basically says, "Oh look, shock horror again. Alex Shelley has weaseled his way out of this championship matchup. Very frustrating, but as I say, at least he won't be getting in Chris Sabin's way as Sabin seeks to become X Division champion. Unfortunately, again, probably an oversight for myself, but Alex Shelley working for Ring of Honor tonight, so yeah, we don't get to use him. But it sees us with a fatal 4-way matchup. We had signed on a one-night deal, Koto Brazil, to make it a fatal 4-way. It was a decent matchup that saw Suicide defeat Koto Brazil, Ricky Starks and Chris Sabin in 11:57 when Suicide pinned Ricky Starks, meaning that Suicide becomes your new Impact X Division champion. So I'd say that's been quite a successful build-up from literally no overness to X Division champion. Ricky Starks obviously is here for a limited time, so it's obviously worth or I don't know what I'm saying there, worth or whatever, but it's pretty much worth us jobbing him out basically, putting our talent over. So Starks will take the loss here, and we make our talent, Suicide, the X Division champion. And then we have a celebration, a nice 40 segment, so considering that I got an 8 at the start of the save, that's pretty good. Good stuff from our thumbnail star. We then have a backstage promo. We are going to see some 8-man tag action. We are going to see Eric Young, Joe Doring and Ken Shamrock, Violent by Design, teaming up with Pentagon to be in 8-man tag action. And they just say they're ready to just show how violent they are in this upcoming matchup. That's a 44. The match itself was a good matchup. It saw the team of Sami Callihan, Phoenix and the Good Brothers defeat Ken Shamrock, Violent by Design, Pentagon Jr. in 12:08. When Sami Callihan got the ultimate revenge by again defeating Ken Shamrock with a headlock driver. So their long rivalry, they just can't get away from each other. But in the matchup where I just put everyone else that didn't have a match on to this match, sees a 59 rated matchup there. I'd say these are probably about the same level. It's encouraging that Joe Doring's up to a 50. You'd probably say Shamrock 44 is obviously just a victim of his age. And Phoenix with 66, so it is promising. Obviously, I could just go all in on pushing Phoenix, but then if AEW send him on a written contract, we are screwed, or an exclusive contract, I should say. Moving along, we had some great wrestling and good heat, which saw Eddie Edwards pick up a victory over Madman Fulton in 12:22 with the cross-legged Fisherman's Buster. Obviously, they had the wee altercation at the last show as we kind of had that 6-man tag. But very good to see these guys have great chemistry together. And this was a 60 rated matchup. Ace Austin does some good work at ringside. He'll be counting on Madman Fulton in that main event tonight, if Madman Fulton never get put through a table. So Eddie Edwards has taken the big man out, a 49, and this is going to leave Ace Austin all alone in the main event. Progressing further on, we had the Impact World Tag titles defended in a fatal 4-way. I thought, you know what, let's give people opportunities on pay-per-view. A good matchup saw FTR defeat Rich Swann and Willie Mack, the Deaners, and the Dark Order in 14:30 when Cash Wheeler pinned Cody Deaner with the Shatter Machine of the Big Rig. FTR make the 5th defence of the Impact World titles, a 59 overall. You can see there in terms of performance that Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood are a class above, and everybody else is kind of in the same boat. I'd say Rich Swann a wee bit ahead and Cody Deaner a wee bit below, but apart from that, pretty good. Rich Swann benefiting a new move, and yeah, hopefully we continue to improve the prestige of our World Tag Championships. And then a promo from Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler just says, is there any other tag teams round about here that we've not beat? Because we have absolutely dominated this company, and yeah, this is all you've got, really? Hopefully we can get a good matchup assigned for them for Bound for Glory. Then we have a promo from Enzo and Big Kaz, which gives a 59. They just say for a long time now they've been trying to get their revenge on the assault from the North. Well, this is it. This is their chance to show that the North ain't pointing north because they're soft. Terrible line from me, but there you go. But they had good heat and decent wrestling, and Enzo and Kaz get their revenge with a win over the North in 11:48 when Big Kaz pinned Josh Alexander with the Bada Boom Shakalaka. 54. Obviously you can see there in terms of their product that the North are far more over. Both of this one can elevate Enzo and Kaz, give them a bit of momentum going forward as we seek to have one of the better tag divisions in the world, which is ironic because the FTR have just basically mugged them all off. But if we get people in contention, then hopefully it can be good. Next up we had the matchup between Luchasaurus and Moose, and it was about to have some good heat and decent wrestling. Luchasaurus and Moose draw in 12:22 following a double count out. So a 50 rating matchup here. I basically didn't want Luchasaurus losing on his debut, but at the same time just showing that both behemoths cannot be taken down. So a 50 segment there, and they just keep brawling to the back. The securities, they try and break them up. It's all out to the back before we head to an Impact commercial and a 53 segment there. So Luchasaurus looks strong, Moose looks strong, hopefully coming out of it. And Luchasaurus is getting better at his gimmick, so hopefully it's 1-1. Moving along, we have a promo then from Fia, Trinidad and Taya Valkyrie, our Knockouts champion. Fia getting better at her gimmick in this 58 rated segment, and they're just saying they'll do anything to make sure that Jordan Grace can't win the championship and that Taya Valkyrie remains the most dominant knockout in Impact Wrestling. Which precedes us to have a decent matchup. Jordan Grace defeats Taya Valkyrie in 11:57, but it is via disqualification due to interference from Fia Trinidad, which means the championship is retained by Taya Valkyrie. Frustratingly though, they still have poor combinations, so they will need to take them apart, which is a bit annoying. And Fia did some good work at ringside. So a 48, considering that penalty there, I think is pretty decent. We could have possibly been looking at a matchup in the 50s. Next up we have an exceptional matchup where we have Jeff Hardy defeat EC3 in 12:40 by pinfall with a twist of hate, a 57. Unfortunately, a lot of penalties here, which is going to seriously take the rating down, so we could have been looking at mid-60s. But Jeff Hardy sustained a bruised tailbone, so hopefully that won't take him out for too long. He might be able to work through it. And he was also off his game, so you're probably saying that could have been about a 71 rating for Jeff there. Frustrating, but it just shows that EC3 still can't get the win over Jeff Hardy. Jeff's still a main event player here. But yeah, it kind of leads loose ends that need tied up. Because after the matchup, the man that he was talking to, EC3 on the phone, has made his presence known in Impact Wrestling. Welcome to Impact, Johnny Dangle. He debuts a weirdo gimmick which got an initial rating of awful, which is hilarious that that's the case in this. It's not really allowed his character to be that, because then they watch NXT Redemption, which is why these two are paired together. EC3, Johnny Dangle, obviously there had been Johnny Curtis at the time, and Maxine. Some of that stuff was hilarious, man, like kidnapping Matt Striker. I used to love that show for how wacky and weird it was. But anyway, EC3 and Dangle just beat the living daylights out of Jeff, Jeff comes across well in a 50 rated segment, so at least we've got a wee bit that we can branch out for this. And we finish the show with a superb matchup as Ace Austin defeats Mark Cardona in 14-22 with the House of Cards. His first defence, he obviously wasn't going to lose it straight away, but a 63 rated segment, 56 for Cardona, 65 for Ace Austin. Both guys benefit from hot new moves, and negatives here. Stamina, because we allowed the guys to go all out, steal the show, and commentary still has low experience. And then Ace Austin, having picked up the win, celebrates in the ring. Can we just see he might have just saved this show with that angle? Our highest promo was a 63, he's just nailed in a 73. That's going to be massive for us. So our champion truly there on merit for overness. And we finish the show with our heel champion standing tall at the end against all odds. We increase our popularity in 56 regions, so that's good, that's everywhere. Good on you, Ace Austin, you saviour, with a 63 rated show. I think we're going to be getting closer to starting to branch out a little bit, like once we get up to the next level, I think, which is medium. I'm trying to remember, I think I get it as medium, so once we get to that, obviously we'll have a chance to grow even bigger and bigger. We'll have more money, more revenue coming in, and then hopefully we can start putting other stars over. But yeah, I'm happy with that. We can quickly jump back here. We'll have a wee look, see how it's affected stuff. The 3,000 gate's quite appealing because I feel like we were in a position where we were possibly going to lose debt because of the production values. So obviously we've had 3 sets of tapings, 2 tapings and obviously a show, so 3 event nights, so it's 3 sets of production costs, so we need to hope that everyone else can make the money. Got a lot of stuff happening here. There we go. Right, let's go from the top. And I've seen someone that might be interesting in bringing them in. They might be old, but they are certainly a talent. So Jeff can work through it, that's fine. I think we'll probably look at Shilton. The stats are still good. The overness is still going to carry him at a good level here. I think he's certainly someone that can benefit in our product, so we'll probably look at bringing in Shilton. I'm just going to shortlist them so when he actually leaves WWE, we can bring him in, so it probably won't be for a while. In fact, probably won't be until after Bound for Glory, because obviously a month for his contract to go. Anything here? No, nothing else that directly affects us, so let's have a look. Show was awesome. With 116,000 viewers, which was a buy rate of 0.04, 24,000 buys, and obviously just telling us about production change for ROH and Jeff's injury. Obviously we need to put it on more than just pay-per-view, because if we were just pay-per-view there's no exposure and we need to try and get eyes on the product. The good thing is you can see there we're up to 50 now in the southeast, so we need to get that to 59. The rest is all over what we need to get to medium. So we've got Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic and Mid-South covered. But if we can keep that going at a quick rate, we can maybe make that push to large a bit quicker if they all stick together in terms of their size. But the main thing is just get to medium. But as I say, still 9 popularity means we could honestly be looking at another year before we get there. So I might, to try and speed up the process, do what Impact have done in real life. And obviously they have pay-per-views, but they have like Impact Plus events, just to try and speed that up so we can try and get a bit more quality in and a bit more growth quicker. But the problem is, could that be at financial loss? At least we won't be taxed this month, but you can definitely see the difference in production costs, so I think we may get back to 1 taping, so that would still be far bigger than it's been at like 200,000, 280,000, but no, it wouldn't be 200,000, it'd be 230,000, maths is hard, but it would be a case of that would be cheaper, worker costs would be cheaper, so I think we're going to get back to that previous taping schedule. Doesn't really change anything for watching, it just means that you make sure we don't have people getting gas, but you've made that much profit per month and then that's your loss. It's worrying. I know you need to spend money to make money in this game, but again, just a wee bit worrying. But good thing is, pay-per-view revenue way up, ticket sales are up, broadcast is up, sponsorship should go over, merchandise is up, so everything is positive. It's just production costs and worker costs because we're using them so many times. So like, if you're using them in one show then it wouldn't be too bad, but the fact is we're using them for like 3 or 4 events. So yeah, we'll call it there. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, it's now on the road to Bound for Glory. and hopefully you'll join us for the tapings on the road to that. So thanks for watching, take it easy, see you soon, bye bye.